What's up, guys? What's going on? I'm Paul. This is Pauline Theology's Daily Devo, and partner with Trust in Jesus Ministries. So we are finally at kind of like the end of this saga, and we've got a couple of chapters that's going to finish up Abraham's story. We're going to have this right here, which we're about to talk about, is kind of like leading into all of that. It is going to show the tying between the families of Abraham, and then kind of like the moving for Isaac, and that's kind of the big thing that's going to happen in here. But it's hard to find things sometimes in this, because this one's another genealogy view per se. But we'll get into it and we'll talk about it. So yeah, we just got back from the Akedah, the sacrifice of Isaac, and where God provided the ram. And so we're after that episode and what happens when he gets back to the land, whenever Abraham gets back to his crib. So if you haven't checked it out, this is chapter 22, 20 through 24. Read it, and we'll go over 4 questions, so stop the tape. But if you have read it, man, let's go ahead and jump on in, man. The first question is what is it actually saying? Like, what is the content of the words that have been written for us to read today? Well, it says that after these things, which is the Isaac incident that we just talked about, it says that it was told to Abraham that Milcah, which is the wife of Nahor, his brother, bore Nahor some sons and some daughters, man. It says she had some kids, and he got a lot of them, man. So a lot of names. If you guys want to read those names, you can check them out. But one thing I do want to point out is that one of the names in verse 23 is Rebecca. That's one of the names. The only woman that is named, only female that is named in this bunch. And that is important because Rebecca is the wife of Isaac. And so it's kind of showing where Isaac, because we're going to see in a couple of chapters, the episode where Isaac is, Abraham is going to find his daughter a wife, and his son Isaac a wife, and spoiler alert, it's Rebecca. And so the writer is trying to set these things up to show that the family is together still. So that's one of the important things, and that's the main important thing that we can see from this. So what is this talking about God? Well, I think it's saying that God is a providential God. You see, providence to me is what is being spoken about God here, is that he's moving things and setting things up so that the lineage of Abraham, the promises he had made to him through Isaac, can be complete. And so if we see that, we also see he's faithful. That means he's going to accomplish the things that he said he was going to do. He's setting up this family, Rebecca, for Isaac to have a wife and then to bear children. And he's doing this because he's faithful to his word. And second, what does this say about man? Is that I think what it's saying is that we should align ourselves with the one who is being blessed, which is Jesus. For me, it's a jump like that, because really what it's saying, I think, is that those who have aligned themselves with Abraham will be blessed. The family of Abraham will be blessed. We saw earlier not much was spoken about Nahor and his family, but here we see that he has abundance of children. And that's a blessing in the Old Testament. It's a blessing now too. So you having a bunch of kids is wonderful, but it's a blessing in the Old Testament. And whenever we finish this saga of Abraham and it mentions Nahor, it's saying that he is blessed. And then that other respect of Rebecca, because of Isaac and Rebecca, that is going to be together, a foreshadowing of what's to come. It's saying he is blessed because he is a part of that family. And so that's why I make that jump to what it says about man, that we align ourselves with Christ and we will be blessed. And we've talked about this before, that when we align ourselves with Christ, we are blessed and we become partakers of a new creation. But whenever we align ourselves against Christ, then we are cursed and we are doomed with the rest of all of cursed creation. How do we apply these truths to our lives? Well, what I really want to talk about in this one as an application is the fact that it is sometimes hard to find answers to either what it says about God or what it says about man. You see, because it is not always clear cut. And I was having difficulty with this the other day, and I was talking with my buddy about it, and he was saying to me that sometimes maybe we should just try and find one of the answers to the questions. Sometimes it might be just good for us to even know what's going on, just understanding kind of what's going on in the narrative. Or maybe it's good for us just to understand who God is, not necessarily know what it's saying particularly about mankind or anything like that, but we do understand it. It's conveying some kind of knowledge about God. Or the fact that we can't even see anything about God in this one. We're like, man, I don't even have a clue how God is being represented or shown in this, man. It's so crazy. But I do see some things about man that I can understand and take from this. And so I think today's application, because this one is a weird one with just these children being born, to remind ourselves that it's okay not to get all of the questions right. So as you're reading, as you're studying, as you're going through the scriptures on your own, and you don't find all the answers to the questions that you're looking for, it's okay. Continue to read, continue to persevere, and as you do, God will continue to open your eyes to the scriptures and open your heart to who he is. But that's why you guys listen to me, right? Try and help you out a little bit on some of those things, man. And I appreciate you guys for listening. So I'll see you in the next episode.